It's green flag time. Let's get this show on the road. Madison Tall dominates and wins. Trey Wright wins the Indianapolis 200.
Miles out of nowhere. It's gonna steal it.
It's going to be Mike Fink Jr., number 38. Winnie Crouch is going to take the win here at Pocono. Side by side.
They're going to be side by side going down.
Local Millions will win the Coca-Cola 600.
We are the NIRA. Welcome to the New Smyrna Speedway in New Smyrna, Florida for season number 2 of the Cabela's Cup Series, here for the MacTools Clash at New Smyrna. 20 cars for 50 laps here under the lights. Should be a good one here at the High Banked Half Mile. Welcome up into the booth. I'm Josh Williamson, and I'm joined by Ethan Farley. Ethan, we have some old faces and some new faces over from the DLP IndyCar Series, which you competed in last season also. One of them, the champion, Dale Lightning. Do you think any of those IndyCar guys are going to have a chance against these Cabela's Cup Series veterans tonight? Or do you think the veterans are going to come out on top?
The veterans are going to be a little better than some of the DLP IndyCar guys. The DLP IndyCar guys, I know from experience, have experienced lighter cars, very lighter cars than those Delaras, but with this heavy stock cars, thousands upon thousands of pounds worth of weight of just the tires alone and the body and all of that, that would determine whether or not they can make it to the front and charge there, or they can stay in the back just to gain experience on how the car feels.
And of course, some of those IndyCar guys that are coming over actually didn't have to come over at all, because some of them are also Cabela's Cup Series veterans, one of them being Trey Wright, who won the Indianapolis 200 earlier this month. It should be exciting to see who pulls the rabbit out of the hat and wins here at New Smyrna. Should give them a bunch of good momentum for the rest of the season also, and over to Daytona International Speedway here in a few days for the duels, and of course for race 1 and the 500. So what do you say we get this race started?
I'd say we do. It's always fun to have Saturday night stock car racing at the short tracks, especially under the lights.
Alright, we will do it. Let's get this thing started. But first, let's take a look at our starting lineup. As the field rolls off pit road for their pace lap, Ethan, who do you think has the best chance of winning tonight here at New Smyrna?
From the looks of it, it could be engine number 9 reaching the finish line, but it could also be people like the 29 of Sam Oskin, as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. By the way, the 40 was replaced by Rodney Crouch, the brother of Ben Crouch, as we go, and here we go, green flag racing.
The show is on the road here at New Smyrna Speedway. Rookie Rodney Crouch moving into the first position in that number 40, taking over from last season's champion, his brother, who moved down to the Scotts Grand Nationals to race the number 12 for Fitz Bradshaw Racing. Rodney actually led that first lap by just a nose over Sebastian Kukulon, but we see Kukulon moving to the inside there in that one. He goes to the lead. He's got a mirror full of the mailman, though. Camden Jezyorski trying to get there, but Kukulon holding on for the time being.
Speaking of which, Camden Jezyorski is holding on to the inside as the 1 goes into the outside to block the 40, which is a poor move on the 1 of Sebastian Kukulon. But here you can see the 01 of Noah Clifton joining in onto the mailman. It could be a matter of time that the, what is it? Oh yeah, the Texas World Speedway winner might be able to win the Clash. Speaking of the Clash curse is what a lot of people want to talk about with these things. Who will win and who will have the horrible season? But with the way these drivers can drive, I doubt any of them will have such a bad season that they have no question about it.
And Noah Clifton coming into this race, you know, he won race 5 at Atlanta last season. Oh my goodness, Jezyorski! Oh, he saved it. I was gonna say Noah,
they're about ready to go
4
3 or
wide
4
for
wide.
turn 3 and 4. My goodness. That's Rodney to the inside. Rodney Crouch in the 40. He'll get to second. Still using up the 01 Noah Clifton. Oh man, I don't know how they're gonna make it through this. They are still stacking up side by side, 2 and 3 abreast. Oh my goodness. How did they hold on to that? Jezyorski still has the lead. But Noah Clifton, I was just getting ready to say, he was the Atlanta winner last season. Atlanta's the finale here for season number 2. So if he has a good season, he kind of fell off in the later parts of this season, last season. But he did have a really good first half of the season. If he could put a full season together, Atlanta's his strong spot. Having won their last season, we've seen what he can do. He could have a shot, but not off to a good start here. In the MacTools Clash, you see slipping back a little bit, back to the 6th position. He's not off to a terrible start per se, but stuck on that outside line as we see Mitchell Collins on the inside in that Miller Lite Dodge going to the lead.
Whenever the stack up happened, you could see Rodney Young do what his brother would do whenever a car would start to stack up and try and take advantage of all the cars slowing. He went 3 close to 4 wide whenever all this stack up happened, but now is stuck onto the outside and can't move anywhere. The 01 is quickly charging past the 17. The 01 Army Chevy is your man, Noah Clifton. The 17 of Nonagon Scott, who originally drove the number 7, as it looks like the 20 of William Brock is side by side with the rookie.
He went to the inside there as Crouch was still stuck up on the outside. He's still on the outside. He has a chance to dive to the bottom now. Not quite there. And you'll see Evan Hunter move into the mix there in that 11. And now he doesn't get to the inside of Crouch. Now Crouch will go to the inside and try to work his way up there. You saw Brock slide, and Crouch is now going to go to the inside, 3 abreast as Kukulon stretches ahead. Nonagon Scott driving Christian Holder's number 17 from last season. Just waiting in the wings there as we see the mailman going to the inside of the beer man. They're side by side for the lead. It's going to be Jezyorski taking the lead back, and Clifton back there, remember, almost spun him a few laps ago. So Jezyorski's at least a little bit scared to see that 01 in his mirror, don't you think?
I think so, but I think the 01 is getting towards the front. I think either he's going to try and pass him or he's going to actually finish off the job. Either or, the Army man going after the mailman. As you can also see the 40 after a horrible start going from stuck into the outside, now challenging for 4th place.
And he's got that 4th position as they were 2 and 3 wide for a moment behind him. We see Collins almost up into the 01 of Noah Clifton there, down the back straightaway. There's a lot of close side-by-side racing right now. This is good stuff early on, but there's only so much they can take. And look back here, my goodness. Ben Young on the inside of the Dover winner last season. Stephen Colon, Jason Dady squeezed up into the outside wall. Dale Lightning to the inside. They're going to try 3 wide again. Here comes the Candyman on the inside. Trey Wright trying to work his way up there. The Indianapolis 200 winner. You see how bashed in the door the 25 is. He's made contact with someone. He has not had very many friends here early on in this race. But, oh my goodness, he slipped out of it. Now Dady's got the high side. We're starting to see a little more grip up there as more rubber's laid down. You see, he has the advantage on the straightaways, but in the turns, you see about midway through, Dale Lightning gets the jump. He's still not able to clear the 23 here. So we'll move back up through the field, see side by side Jamison Thole going by Travis Crampton. And going back up to the front of the field, it's Rodney Crouch going to the inside of Mitchell Collins. And meanwhile, while that's going on, a big lead growing for Camden Jeziorski in the 88.
If anything, I think the 40 of Rodney is just trying to get the same type of feel as his brother in that 40 Coors Light Dodge. He is also trying to get his first ever career win in the Clash itself, but he has a lot and very big shoes to fill. This is a former championship winning car. So, if anything, I think he's going to try and drive the wheels off it.
Last season, the Clash was won by Caleb Colburn in the 5. We thought it might have been good momentum to an otherwise horrid start to the season for him. And for the short term it was. He'd had a good start at Talladega the race after, but ended up blowing up in the early stages after the restart, after the pileup happened on lap number 4 there. So, his season didn't get much better. He was released from his number 5 after the race at Dover, taken over by William Brock, who's now moved over to the 20. Jason Dady in the 5 now. As we saw Brock side by side with, I believe that's Sebastian Kukulon. Yes, it was Kukulon getting by. Now Mitchell Collins doing a crossover to the inside of Rodney Crouch. He'll move into the 2nd position. Mitchell Collins had a pretty good season for expansion drivers last season. He ran up inside the top 15. Pretty much every race he was in, he ended up locking up that Rookie of the Year award for that MB2 Motorsports number 10. Not running the number 10 this year. He moved over to Penske Racing South. Now we're seeing Crouch doing another crossover to the inside. I don't know if you want to do this very much, though they are staying pretty close to the 88. You do that too much, he's going to end up pulling away at some point.
Like one of the most well-known drivers of the 18 M&Ms, you either work with me and we can catch the leader, or you can race me and we lose that leader. But it looks like the 40 can... And if you can race with him as well as race from him, you could reach the leader no matter what. And the 40 is definitely showing it here. Trying his best to catch up to the 88 Mailman, or the 88 UPS of Camden Jeziorski. Last season, I've had a lot of trouble with these names.
He gained 16 hundredths that lap. And Collins all over the back bumper of Rodney Crouch. 9 hundredths gained there. He's going to be right there on the backside. Mitchell Collins, though, going to peak low. Couldn't get there. Jeziorski slides up, as does Crouch, and Collins going to power to the inside. He's going to get the spot more than likely, and is going to be able to chase down the 88. Yes, he will. He clears Crouch. Almost. Yes, he did. Now he's cleared of him. On to lap 37. 14 laps to go in this race.
The 88 Camden Jeziorski has just been dominant all throughout the race, but the real race that's been happening is between the two and the 40, Rodney Crouch, just taking around Mitchell Collins and taking him to the playground. It's a beer fight here.
They've been switching side by side for 10, 20 laps now, but shockingly enough, they've stayed really close to the 88. He has been just right there. Hasn't been able to pull away very much, but we're seeing the other mailman move into the picture. Evan Hunter, he had a pretty good season in the DLP IndyCar Series. Sits fourth here with just over 11 laps to go, right at 11 laps to go here at New Smyrna Speedway. Evan Hunter ended up finishing 19th in the standings, 67 back of Dale Lightning in the DLP IndyCar Series. That sounds bad, but he had a really good season overall, and the point standings were really tight over in that series. So he did a really good job driving the number 28 there. Could not have the luck to get the title there, but off to a good start. That rookie sitting in the 4th place right now here at New Smyrna Speedway. We're coming to 8 laps to go. This race has gone by pretty quick. The 8 laps to go here at the New Smyrna Clash, sponsored by MacTools. Ben Crouch going to be right there on the backside of Camden Jeziorski. It's 1800ths the difference. Oh, the contact on turn 2.
Contact. Rodney took over and is now showing up, like you said, Ben's type of style, rough and tumble, but he just get contact to make the 88 slow down just enough, but it's a crossover.
Jeziorski with the brakes and on the gas going out of turn 2. What a move by the mailman to get by. Now Rodney's in jeopardy of losing second place even to Mitchell Collins. Now Jeziorski slides up again. Now we're starting to see the tires fall off big time going through these turns. That's why they're sliding up so much. The tire fall off late in the run and late in the race. These guys have not pit at all. And now with 5 laps to go, really it's anyone's race right now, but Rodney takes the lead. Side by side for second. Mitchell Collins tries to get to second. Jeziorski on the outside. Collins is going to take the spot on this low line through the turn though. And there he goes.
And what we saw in the battle for second, we might see the battle for the lead repeat just as much. Like I said, it might be a beer fight as the 2 mailmen are trying to get past. And I see the 20 Home Depot. Ooh. A little bit of contact, but
that was Brock into the back of Evan Hunter ever so slightly to get him up out of the groove. I apologize. That looked like it was going to be a wreck right there for a second, but they held on to it, and they are still singled out right now. But up front, we're seeing Rodney Crouch come around to take the white flag. 1 lap to go here at New Smyrna.
I think he's going to make his brother proud if he can just hold off on the 2 and get a good distance. He slides up. Could this be the upset that nobody thought of? The 40 goes around turns 3, turns 4, and goes to the front stretch.
Rodney Crouch wins at New Smyrna Speedway. His brother could not win a single race last year, but it didn't matter. He got the championship anyway. He was the most consistent, and what a boost of momentum for rookie Rodney Crouch. What an upset here at New Smyrna in the MacTools Clash ahead of Mitchell Collins, Camden Jeziorski, William Brock, and Evan Hunter. Those are some big names right there. Some guys that had experience. On my side of things in the NIRA, we had not seen Rodney make a single start, but he's come out here and won. His brother did not win a single race once again in season number 1, but was able to win the championship anyway, so nothing to take away from there. Rodney Crouch just went from the pole position to the victory here at New Smyrna. What a start to the season for him. That's got to be a big boost of confidence for that rookie. And as we see your final race standings here, Rodney Crouch gets the win. Mitchell Collins is second, Camden Jeziorski third, William Brock fourth, Evan Hunter fifth, Sam Adoskin, Noah Clifton, Ben Young, Nonagon Scott and Ryan Benjamin round out the top 10. Nobody unable to finish the race but last place, Gatlin Downey in the 66. From New Smyrna, we congratulate Rodney Crouch on his win. Not a non-points win. It doesn't count to the overall season, but a win is a win and a big boost of confidence for that new lad in the 40. From up here in the booth, Ethan Farley, I am Josh Williamson. We'll see y'all at Daytona. Y'all have a good one.